Swadika, my name is Sandra Han Utsaha, and I'm going to be your host for this episode of Be My Guest. Water issues and water resource management are important to the country of Thailand, and we now have the Office of the National Water Resources, or ONWR, which recently celebrated its first anniversary. We're going to speak to the Secretary General of the office, Dr. สมเก ประจำวง about the organization. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
Dr. สมเก thank you for joining us today.
As
the Secretary General of the Office of the National Water Resources, I'd like to ask you to take us back to the beginning and tell us how the office came to be.
Our office was established due to the special command from our government. Therefore, they have some problem. That means we have some problem in water management. That means we don't have any utility of the management. We have many agencies involved. Therefore, the government try to correct all of information. They try to have the one unity in order to have the water management for the nationwide. Therefore, we have the special command to assign the new office like us, starting from 25 October this year. Therefore, we are going to correct all information that related to water sector, and also we try to set up the plan for the whole countries, and also we are going to formulate the new water master for the 20 years. In the past, even we have the water master plan, but that cover only 12 years. But we have to expand to similar to our national strategic plan. So this is our duty. But at the meantime, since we are going to have like the water law in the future, therefore our office was established due to many reasons, especially we are going to have a unity of the management in terms of the water sector, and also we have to connect between the policy level and down to the local community in order to let them understand clearly how we are going to run for the water management as the whole countries.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is very important, isn't
Yes.
it? The water situation has been a problem, if
Yes.
you may, for the country for a while, and it's good to have one central organization to help unite everything. So the office is celebrating 1 year since its establishment. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Happy anniversary to the office. And so now that you've given us background of the office, can you please describe to us the role in detail of the ONWR?
Yes, our role we probably categorize into 3 levels. The first level, we have to work as the secretary of the National Water Committee chaired by our Prime Minister. This is very important, that we have to provide many information and to propose to the committee, let them make decision for that we have to provide all information they need. The second is we have to link between the national policy down to the local community. In the future, we are going to have like a basin river committee. Therefore, we have to provide all information either. That means this information we have to provide to the local community, such as the basin committee, and also all related water sector in the provincial level. And the third one, that means we have to provide like information and in terms of the water operation. Even now we have almost 30 agencies. That means water operation is very important, not just for the water management as well, but also very importantly is how we are going to integrate all the project plan within particular area together. This is very crucial for the government to operate as a whole countries. Therefore, we work as not just only the regulator agency, but sometimes we have to work as the operating agency in the crisis situation. Like last year, we have to set up the temporary ad hoc committee in order to try to operate a water situation during the flood period of time.
Okay, so it sounds quite chaotic. There are, like you said, many agencies
Yes.
involved. And I'm interested, you said that you have to collect the information. So how do you collect the information?
Yeah, at the beginning of the first stage, we have some problem due to we lack of the very high quality of the people. Therefore, we have to need mostly the collaboration with the related agency. That means we probably try to link the information that collected by other agencies. And this is the first step. And the second step that we have to have our own, the information in the future. That means we have to provide good information. And first of all, those information that collected by other agency, we use different standards. For example, different frequency, different instrument to correct all data. And sometimes we have a problem with how we are going to monitor the problem or monitor the data. Therefore, we have to set up the standard of the water collected from the field, and we have to let all the related agencies use the same standard. And then we have to make one map, report to our government one information every 7 a.m. We have to announce and we have to collect all information together. And especially on Tuesday, we have to provide all information to our Deputy Prime Minister to propose to the Cabinet. Let them understand what about the water situations. This is very important that we have to correct all information, but we have to make sure that those information is very, we take all parts of information. And then not just only from the sky, from the surface, and also from the underground that relate water issue.
Wow, so it sounds like all this information has to be linked. I'm guessing it has to go along with the Thailand 4.0 policy as well.
Yes,
It has to be digital, is that correct?
Yes. Since in the future for Thailand 4.0, that means all information have to be like a digital format. And not just only we correct information only, but we have to check and try to monitor whether it's correct or not. And it will be put in time or not. And also we have to analyze. The analysis is really important. After we analyze, we have to translate into a simple information, not just only the technical information, because we have to inform the people. The people may not understand clearly about the technical issue, but we have to try to simplify very simple words, very simple information to them. But we have to have not just only television only or the radio only, but also we have to use other media to let them try to access very easily.
What kind of information are you providing to the
We have to
public?
provide, for example, the climate data. We have in the past we have at least 2 or 3 organizations try to forecast about the climate. Therefore, we have to put them into one information only, not just they are. Sometimes you may heard that. Sometimes we may heard 3 or 2 storm will hit Thailand. That means we have to clarify whether how is true or not. Therefore, after we get the information, we have to let the people understand clearly what exactly it is. And therefore, after we analyze those information such as the climate, what is the next 2 days, 3 days, but also we have to analyze the water, in each reservoir, because the reservoir usually all those organizations who take care for reservoir, they very acquainted in using the technical issue. For example, the spillway. For example, what is the loop curves?
Things that I don't understand.
Yeah, the people don't understand. And also we have to try to transmit this information to the people, and also we have to educate this information to the policy level. To let them understand not just only the technical issue.
Right, to make it easier.
Yes.
So the public is lucky to have the ONWR.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So it's time for us to take a break, but do stay tuned for more right here with Be My Guest as we talk to Dr. สมเก ประจำวง the Secretary General of the Office of the National Water Resources. Welcome back to the program. We're sitting with the Secretary General of the Office of the National Water Resources. Dr. สมเก before the break, we talked about many things.
Yes.
Now I'd like to ask you about the first year for the office. Can you tell us about the major accomplishments?
Okay. I think we just start 1 year. That means there are many activities that we have to do. The first one we call the strategic plan. The strategic plan, that means even we have 2-year plan of the water strategic plan, but it's not enough. We have to modify from 12 years up to 20 years. But now we have to we are going to complete right away. That means this plan we have to extend 12 years up to 20 years, and we have to set the new outcome. This new outcome, and then we have to give the guideline. For example, we have modified about 66 area base to be solve the problem right away. And also the second, we have to collaborate with the budget agency. That means all the operating agency that they have to propose the budget. That means we are going to monitor and try to evaluate whether it's suitable or not. This is we think this is very important. And also when the government go to the field or go to the rural area, that means we have to follow what the government want to do. That means we have to follow the operating agency. The second we call the legislation pillar. This is very important because we now, as you may know, that ONWR have to run for 3 pillars. The first one, the strategic pillar that I already mentioned. The second, legislation pillar. This is very important because we are going to have the water law in the future within a couple months from now. The water law already passed our parliament already, and we expect that the water law will be effective probably the beginning of the next year. We are going to have many implementation law in the future. In the past, we have to clarify how important of water law to the various province, various organization, and also the organization pillar. This is very important because we don't have just not the National Water Committee, but we are work as the secretariat team, and this we have to set up the meeting 4 times a year. We complete 3 times already, and in the December we have to have another meeting. That the meeting will consider about the big project and also some problem that reported from the other organization. We have to try to approve some big large-scale project. And also the new pillar that we are going to formulate in the future. That means not just only 3 pillars that we have to run for our business, but we are going to have about the academic pillar. That means we have to strengthen our capability of the human resource. This is really important because we have to support not just only the National Water Committee, but also we have to support to the Basic Committee, and also we have to work with not just only in the national countries, but also for the international country as well. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about the current overall water situation
Yes.
in the country. Tell us, what are we facing?
You may see that in the rainy season we have to face with a water crisis like flood problem. The flood problem we can categorize into 2 aspects. The first one, the flood problem due to the flood from the upstream of the basin. For example, in the last rainy season we have a flood problem in Phetchaburi. That means we have to take action before the flood occur. We have to give the warning to the people and also the warning to the all related water agency to let them aware and also keep the preventive rather than just try to recover it. And the second, the flood occur like the flood due to the flash flood like in the south of Thailand, because we have the basin is not so big, so we have to use the weather forecasting rather than like a runoff forecasting. So in this aspect, the flood occur everywhere in Thailand, but in the meantime, especially in the northeast of Thailand, we have flood and drought. For example, in the northeast of Thailand, the flood occur, especially the heavy rainfall near the border of Thai and Laos. But in the central of the northeast of Thailand, we have insufficient rainfall and probably less than 100 millimeter per year. That means this area is still facing on the problem. Therefore, we have to try to let the people, especially the farmer and also all the government sector, to aware that we not just only the water problem in terms of the flood, but also we are going to have like a drought problem. That means we have to keep warning, and we keep analysis, and we keep like inform the people in our country that we have to provide all information, all measure to let them understand and try to provide at the beginning of the situation.
You mentioned earlier that the office also works not just with local organizations, but also with international organizations for water management. Can you tell us more about this?
Yeah, since we cannot stay alone in our country, but for example, in the neighboring countries, we have Laos, we have Cambodia, we have Vietnam. That means we have international water river basin. That means we have to work with international organizations. Mekong River Commission. This is very good example that we have to work with them. And also not just only the Mekong River Commission, but we have to work with the upstream of the Mekong like China and also Myanmar as well. Therefore, we have to have good information, good academic background in terms of negotiation. And also we have good cooperation with like Netherlands and also the GIZ in terms of the German. And also some other countries who has an advantage in terms of technology, especially IT. And also for example, climate change is a very important issue. That means we cannot, have the good research in terms of the, advanced technology. That means we have to cooperate with this country. We want to have high technology, but we have to aware that we still rely on our own technology as well.
Now, I understand there might be some confusion among the members of the public between the roles of the Office of the National Water Resources and other departments like the Rural Irrigation Department. Can you clarify for us, what's the difference?
Yes, actually the intention of our government, we try to design our ONWR to be regulator or regulating agency. That means we have to try to set up the plan, and for implementation project, the RID or other agency, they have to do by themselves. But the direction and also the time frame will be decided by us. Every project proposed to the cabinet or to the government, we have to put them together. One particular area with the same objective, we have to put them together with various agencies. For example, for one particular area, where we may have 4 or 5 organizations. That means those have to give us all plan. If we have the very similar objective, that means we probably try to don't let them have a double project in the same area. And we have to reduce those budget for our benefit, and also the people have to know in advance when the project will be constructed in the future. That means we have to make the consultation for the local community as well. Okay. Therefore, I think the operating agency like RID and like a water department also have to set them together, how we are going to move forward for all the projects. We have to put them, and then we have with the same time frame and also same objective. And then this project, if we don't have any problem, so we have to put them in package and propose to the cabinet for the approval.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Somke. It is time for another break. Do stay tuned for more right here on Be My Guest. Thank you for watching Be My Guest. Our guest today is Dr. Somke Prajam Wong, the Secretary General of the Office of the National Water Resources, or ONWR. So now let's talk about the law, the water law that you mentioned earlier. How can the water law help the country?
The water law is the key mechanism to help the people understand for the water management for the whole countries. Actually, we don't have the water law in the past. We have like irrigation law, underground water law, but for the law related water itself, we don't have it. Therefore, we're waiting for more than 20 years. We try many government try to have this water law, but we just success for this year. This is a very important issue, and now this is why the ONWR has have to be established. And regarding to the water law, that means the water law will be used as the guideline for the other water related law. The other water related law have to be modified according to the water law. And under the water law, we don't have not just only one ministry to be involved. We have more than 4 ministries have to be involved, including our Prime Minister. We are going to have more than 20 supplementary law in the future.
Could I ask first, what are the 4 ministries that have to be
That
involved?
is one is our Prime Minister. The second is Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives. The second one, Ministry of the National and Environment, and the Ministry of Interior.
Okay.
This is the 4 ministries is very important. We use only one law to try to have the good water management in the future. Therefore, this water law allow us try to manage not just only information, but also the water budget and also the water planning for all the 25 river basins. But in the future, we are going to have new basins, because we found that in the past we used 25 river basins. It may have some problems, but because we don't have any unity to manage the water as one unit of the basin. Therefore, we are under studying. We might have like 22 river basins in the future. And so after we have 22 or 23 river basins, that means we are going to have the basin committee. This basin committee have to help the government to monitor and evaluation of all the projects that proposed by the local community. This is very important. We are going to set up the committees. Now, even we have the committee already, but in the future we have to have the new committee, and we are the secretary.
And can the law help the country conserve the water resources that we have?
Sure, because we are going to have water network that we are going to announce in the future. That means no one can try to obstruct the waterway. That means this law allow the local community try to set up how they are going to reserve their water, their land in the future. We believe that this law, we are going to let all the community know and understand what we are going to do in the future. That's why every organization that they are going to propose any kind of project, this committee have to take action and propose it. But they don't have not just only duty, but they have the right to do also. That means the committee have to provide the master plan for the flood and drought for their basin. This is very important. That means the committee have to try to integrate all information and let the people in the basin know and understand.
And you mentioned earlier about human resources, how the academic pillar is very important. So what are you doing to improve your human resources?
Since we have our human resource, it comes from only 2 or 3 departments, that is from the Royal Irrigation Department and from the Department of Water Resource. And since in order to operate the water sector, we don't need just only 2 departments. We are going to have more, because not just only engineer, not just only from the hydrologist, but we like to have more specialists from the many sectors. That means we have, like, first of all, we try to recruit the new people. We are going to have a new mindset for them also. But now we have to contact with the local community and also university. We sign MOU with the 12 university. That means we have to strengthening and try to stretch our capability in order to have like good water management as well. And also we have the good cooperation with the other country as well. We have like for example, we have good cooperation with Netherlands. We have good cooperation with the GIZ also. This kind of thing is really important.
And you can exchange knowledge.
Yeah, we can exchange knowledge and exchange expert and try to learn each other.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So on the 25th of October of this
Yeah.
year, you celebrated the first anniversary of the
Yeah.
office, and I understand that you gave this book out
Yes,
as a sort of
yes,
favor
yeah,
for the
yeah.
guests. Can you tell us about the book?
Yeah, this book is we try to let them know is what is our duty, our vision for the ONWR, how we are going to develop our water resource management in the future, and how we are going to integrate all the 38 agencies together. We work like a coaching. We not the operating agency except during the water crisis. For example, in the rainy season that we try to take action. And also in the past, 1 year experience we have reported already. And also we have like a ceremony of the MOU signing together between among ONWR and 12 universities. These 12 universities, they stay in all countries. That means they can help us. We can set up the good network of the organization because they know their land, their region already. That means they can help us to try to link between our agency and also the local community. And also we signed an MOU with ONEP. The ONEP can now the ONEP work as the focal point on climate change. That means since water is very important sector that get the feedback from the climate change. Therefore, I think any the change of the climate, it will be impact directly to the water sector. That means we have to change our design. We have to change our water management in terms of the changing of the climate change. Therefore, we believe that all the MOU and also some activity that we propose in the 25 October that is really important. And also we get a good remark from our Deputy Prime Minister. In the past we have 3 pillars already, but now we are going to have a new pillar that is economic pillar, which is really important. We are going to have innovation. We have to have in the past we have like a philosophy of our kings of Siam. That means we have to try to make use of those loyal initiative. Try to let our people to understand how loyal initiative intend to do.
That is wonderful news. Unfortunately, we have run out of time.
Okay,
but thank you so much for speaking with us today, Dr. สมเกียรติ ขอบคุณค่ะ
ครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
And that was our discussion with the Secretary General of the Office of the National Water Resources, or ONWR, Dr. สมเกียรติ ประจำวงศ์ Under the direction of the ONWR, the water resources management of the country is sure to improve. Thank you for joining us for Be My Guest. I'm Sandra Han Utsaha. สวัสดีค่ะ